me Snow Woman. So I wrote back, hey, Donald Trump, the science is on my side, and I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard. What planet are you living on?
Political and bureaucrats. Shout out to everyone tuning in right now on the socials here. We're live on Twitter, that being Periscope. And real quick, Periscope is shutting down apparently. I'm going to talk about that as I gather more information. It said March, so I guess we got some time to figure it out. Jack Dorsey, get it together. So yeah, we're live on Twitter, also Facebook as well. Also YouTube right now. So those that want to check out the video live, you can, or check out the replay. But yeah, we are back here giving you guys some more political banter, if you will, political bureaucrats here real quick. Give you guys a breakdown. Last week we spoke about David Perdue and him going against John Ossoff. And first of all, if you guys are not following us at Host Chat Live on TikTok, please do. I am. Oh yeah, he actually got a TikTok. Yeah, I am riveted on there. I love it. I follow John Ossoff and a lot of great political channels. I'm in love with Gordon Ramsay. OMG, I gotta share one of his videos. He just sit there and watch people cook. It's hilarious. If you watch his show, Hell's Kitchen, is like the TikTok version. It's funny. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, guys, we are here. Once again, as I mentioned, we are back for a brand new edition, part 2, if you will, of Political and Bureaucrats. And just sit back and take it all in with me here. And yeah, so as I mentioned last week, we did those two, Perdue and John Ossoff. And now today we are gonna talk about these two here, Loeffler and Raphael Warnock. Now, Raphael Warnock is someone who's very familiar to the Democratic scene. He's been around for a very long time. I had no idea that he was the reverend for, well, he's in the same church that Martin Luther King was in as well. So it has a lot of history to it, a lot of context to it. And I thought it'd be interesting to do this story here. But before we get into everything, I want to take a listen to one of these clips here of and shout out to you guys on Twitter, Really American, for putting all this together. Let's listen to what exactly happened at the debate, because she started to trend, and not for anything good regarding the party. It was really because she sounded like a robot. Let's take a listen to this clip, and when we come back, I'm going to break it down more on this.
Corrupt Senator Kelly Loeffler, by far the richest person in Congress, doesn't want you to know about the luxury private jet she bought with your tax money. Last year, Loeffler bought a Bombardier Challenger 300 jet, which she and her husband owned through a shell company named after Loeffler's $10 million Atlanta mansion. Her financial disclosures show the jet is worth up to $25 million. Corrupt Kelly Loeffler was able to put the cost of her private jet onto the taxpayers through a loophole in Trump's tax bill. Loeffler's shell company deducted 100% of the cost of the purchase, meaning Georgia's working-class taxpayers paid for a senator worth $500 million to fly around in luxury. All of this despite her constituents barely hanging on during a pandemic. Kelly Loeffler is all about Kelly Loeffler, not Georgia. Vote her out on January 5th.
Yeah, so as you guys can see, the clips are not pretty, and rightfully so. And she, you and this music, she has been a big thorn in the side of Georgia. You know, her seat was bought basically via her husband, and you know they're wealthy people, very wealthy people. She's worth about $800 million. She's one of the most richest senators in Congress.
The WNBA team.
Yes, she's owner of the WNBA, one of the WNBA teams, and everyone on the team hates her. And it's just fascinating to see.
Stand against her.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, so she, as I said, she's a robot. And all she sat there and said was, you know, radical Warnock, radical Warnock, radical Warnock. And it's like, okay, girl, give me something new. Same thing that this president goes on and says, everyone's radical, but you guys are the one doing all the killing. Okay, got it. And then you have Warnock, who is, you know, doing his best, trying to fight against the noise. You know, last week we spoke about Ossoff, who was out there, you know, campaigning. Well, he did a debate against an empty, you know, chair, basically. No one was there because they was too chicken. Perdue was too chicken to stand up to Ossoff, you know. And Warnock was leading in the general election, and Ossoff was kind of down, which is why we're seeing a lot of John Ossoff. And this past week, Warnock was on The View, and they did question him. They challenged him about his platform, you know, and he was very strong with it. He was very, you know, elusive with his words, you know. I wanted a little more strength, but as you know, everyone's saying, like, he's speaking to that base of the elder electorate of Georgia, and Ossoff has the young electorate, which is why I follow Ossoff as well on TikTok. Fun stuff. So you can see how they're marketing to each other, you know. And Joe Biden was just in town, giving his 2 cents. We're going to talk more about this, and I'll tell you more about that later on in the show before we wrap the show up. But now I want to get to another clip. Now, this clip here explains everything about Kelly Loeffler. And take a listen real carefully here, because they explain everything that she's done by stealing taxpayer dollars here. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I tell you, we're not done fighting for Donald Trump. We have to have Joe Biden as president. We all know that makes you all Harris as president. And my friends, I tell you, they will have no worse enemy than myself and Biden to fight against him.
I was wondering if you would share what you guys are going to do to fight for our country, like on January 6th.
Yes, so
You got cards on the table, yeah?
yes, so we can do the election.
You're going to be able to do that?
Yes, we will. We will.
You're going to win this for President Trump?
We hopefully. I'm not 100% sure. I hope so. It's a Hail Mary. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Okay, that was another clip. That wasn't Kelly Loeffler. That was GOP newly elected to the Congress, Madison Cawthorn. And I'm actually glad he played that clip, because that's where I was segueing to after. But just back to Kelly Loeffler real quick. Kelly Loeffler, you know, she stole millions of tax dollars. You know, her and Perdue are tag teaming. They're teaming up with QAnon, which I think Madison Cawthorn is from. I've been doing a lot of research on Madison Cawthorn. Madison Cawthorn is one of the, like I said, the new elect to Congress from North Carolina. He's the youngest person elected in the Republican Party right now. He was featured on The View after the general elections. They applauded his ass for reasons unknown, because a young person was nominated. Okay, and now this young person is over here speaking anti-American rhetoric, saying that he's going to overturn the election. That was him off mic. They not know that she was recording there. And she had them speaking to her, telling them what they're going to do after January 6th. Once you know, we win, because it looks like we're going to win. I mean, stay positive, but they're trying to do everything to deter. Now, this guy's not even in Congress yet. He hasn't been sworn in yet. No one has been sworn in that been elected to January 20th to after Biden. So this is out of control. And Cawthorn also said that Warnock is a fake evangelical and all this, like he's basically covering up to be something that he's not. And Loeffler was actually at Warnock's church, like when she was trying to get the black people's endorsement years ago. Like, so now all of a sudden this man is a radical and he's not an evangelical. You guys are fucking sick, okay? And that's what it is. You're a sick cult, and just call it what it is. And January 20th, all you guys are going down one by one, and many of you, or more of you, will be going to prison. Now, finally, I want to end this off with, as I said, we're going to talk more about this, guys, in our next episode, because we will be back. This will be our final episode at the end of the year, but we'll be back the first weekend in January, which will be January 2nd. We're coming back for all exclusive Host Chat Live. We're going to talk all about the Georgia runoffs, the whole 2 hours. So get ready to get fired up, guys, because I specifically told DJ that we have to come in on this day because it's important. We are going to be live streaming like we are now, because we need to get the word out as much as possible, because that Monday is the runoff. I want to end with this clip here of Raphael Warnock explaining to the public, to you guys that are listening here, what he stands for and how he wants to make a change in this country for the better. Once again, if you guys are having issues out there voting, you guys can call 1-866-OUR-VOTE. Again, that is 866-OUR-VOTE. And you guys can also go to the .org, 866-OUR-VOTE.org. Okay. If you guys have any issues regarding voting or anything like that, you guys can dial that number right here on the screen, 866-OUR-VOTE or 866-OUR-VOTE.org. You guys check that if you have issues voting. Let's roll this clip.
You have power. Use your power. You have a voice. Use your voice. Your vote is your voice. Your voice is your human dignity. And when you vote, we will send a signal all across the United States of America that there is a new Georgia rising. It is open. It is inclusive. It is ready for the future. When you vote for health care. When you vote for jobs with a living wage. When you vote so that children, regardless of their parents' income, know that they can have a great outcome. Let's vote together and pray together and stay together and work together. And come January 5th, we will win. God bless you.
We will win, ladies and gentlemen. We will win. There you have it, guys. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching live right now on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. I promise you guys we'll be giving more of this. Stick around for that. And that wraps up my second part 2 of Political and Bureaucrats # the Georgia runoffs. And there'll be more to come.